This is the newest DOT safety gear, or toy or tool, whatever you want to call. We will bring it to Pinellas County during the US 19 event next Wednesday. We will bring a lot to give it to all the officers. Hey, I just realized this is have UV 400 coating. This is the strongest UV coating I can find.
You definitely need it with these hot days.
I know. That's why it's good. We Mark, doing the enforcement, do you want us to bring the cooling tower? We still have cooling tower. Give it to all the officers.
Sure.
Okay, I appreciate.
And the glasses too, Peter.
Yeah, I'm wearing the eyeglasses right now. Wow, so dark. I cannot see anything.
We can see you, Peter. We can see
All right, Melissa, if you want to get started, we'll get going.
Sure. So, hey, everybody. My name is Melissa Shepard with JMT, District 7 Safety Consultant. All right. I'll go down the list here, but just some housekeeping. This meeting is being recorded. And if you are not speaking, please mute your mics so there's no interference with everyone else. All right. Just going down the list. Start at the top. Susan Boda.
Hi, good morning. I'm Susan Boda with Benish Safety Consultant at DOT.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, Brandy Howard. Brandy, you there?
All right, good morning, Brandy Howard with Suncoast Safety Council.
Thank you. All right, Brenton.
Brenton Mosier with USF Qatar.
Thank you, sir. Joe Camara.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Joe Camaro with Pinellas County Schools Safety and Transportation.
Thank you. Anthony Chamont.
Good morning, Anthony Chamont with JMT, safety consultant to DOT.
Yes, sir. Mark Easty.
Sergeant Mark Easty, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, and Pinellas CTST Chair.
All right. Elizabeth Graham. Okay, well, this lady is on the line. There is someone, oh, she is here. Okay. Someone's name in the chat is Gal Green. Gal Gren. I don't know who that is. You're on. Okay, moving right along, George Edmondson.
Good morning, George Edmiston, also with Banish.
Thank you, sir. Eric Henry.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Eric Henry with FDOT District 7. As of today, your new CTST program manager.
Congrats. All right, Peter Shu.
Good morning, DOT Candyman with the newest safety tool from DOT. And you probably see I have probably 30 pounds of candy in my bag.
Oh, thank you. All right, Kathy Gatimer. Okay, she is on the line. Lieutenant Nagel.
Good morning, all. Lieutenant Nagel with St. Petersburg Police Department.
Thank you. Lori.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lori Paleo with JMT.
Okay, Deputy Lori.
Good morning, Deputy Blaine Lauren, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, and Pinellas CTST Vice Chair.
Thank you, sir. John with Pinellas County.
Good morning, John Riemann, Pinellas County Transportation.
Thank you. Sergeant Klopper.
Sergeant Klepper, Pinellas Park PD.
All right, awesome. And Autumn Westerman. All right, she is here. She's with Pinellas County Schools. Let me just make sure the chat is good. Okay, Elizabeth said she's here. If I did not call your name and you are on the line, please go ahead and feel free to introduce yourself. All right, I think that's it, Mark. Thank you much.
Thank you, Melissa. We'll start out with the approval of the July meeting minutes that was sent out in the email. So if somebody can approve it and then someone second it, that'd be great.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Brandy. Anyone to second it?
I'll approve.
Yep, second.
Thank you. All right, move on to our committee reports. We'll start with law enforcement. Lieutenant Nagel, you have anything from St. Pete?
We're still continuing to work on a few grants. Next week, we will be participating in the US 19 FDOT operation, which is beginning at Tarpon Springs PD. We're also doing a back to school heavy education and enforcement throughout our city beginning next Thursday, which is the first day of school. Our PIO is going to begin pushing out informational social media clips on Saturday because we've been told it's heavy enforcement from the get-go. Other than that, it's pretty much just business as usual.
Perfect, thank you. Sergeant Klopper from Pinellas Park.
Yeah, same. We're still working on our grants. We are also participating on the US 19 special detail. We had a fatal hit and run crash last Friday night. So we are very deep into that investigation right now and trying to get everything put together for the state. So.
All right, thank you. Anyone else from law enforcement that's not on the line that I can't see? All right. As far as Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, not much in July. We did attend the Law Enforcement Liaison Program's annual Law Enforcement Challenge Award. Nobody from Tarpon Springs is here, but they took third place in the overall traffic safety challenge in their category. For those that don't know, when you submit the stats for the Florida Law Enforcement Challenge, it's based on the size of your agency. So they took third place in their category, and I'm happy to say that Pinellas County Sheriff's Office took first place in our category, which is 400 plus officers or more. So we compete with counties like Hillsborough, Broward, Palm Beach County, and so forth. So pretty happy with that. I know they are still working the US 19 detail. And Blaine, do you have any more info on the back to school initiative? All right, might be taking a break or off the line, but apparently it's going to be
muted.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's next Wednesday from 10 to 3. I know it's multi-jurisdictional. I think even Newport Richey and Port Richey are participating in it. And it's just going to be on US 19.
Perfect. For the month of August, go ahead, George.
Hey,
is that you?
George. So that's a detail I actually put together, if you want me to just cover that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Sergeant Giles from your agency and Sergeant Negersmith from Clearwater are going to be both the planning parties of this. So it's going to be next Wednesday. The kickoff is at Tarpon Springs PD, 9 a.m. And all agencies from Pinellas, including Pasco, the Florida Highway Patrol, including Special Operations, Port Richey, Newport Richey Police Department, will conduct enforcement in their jurisdictions for a 6-hour period on US 19. Targeting violations that are consistent with the high injury network and crashes along US 19. And those stats will be all reported to Sergeant Giles, who will do the press release and credit all the participating agencies. And we're planning on doing one of these a month. So the safety primes for DOT will be there to furnish refreshments in the morning. And Peter's got his Target Zero sunglasses. I plan on getting a photo op we can send up to the State Safety Office with everyone wearing their Target Zero glasses. So that's one of the kickoff plans, to make this a fun event, but also to reduce crashes as well.
All right, perfect. Thank you, George. So for the month of August, most agencies will, in fact, once I get done with this, I got to drive down to Fort Myers. Tomorrow is MAD's annual law enforcement recognition awards banquet. It's Friday and Saturday. They hand out awards for different categories, and then they do some training as well. I'll be teaching down there. The following week, some members of our agency will be going to Anaheim, California for the it used to be called the DRE conference. Now it's called the Impaired Driving Traffic Safety Conference. It's going to be held at from August 9th through 11th. It's a 3-day conference. I'll be out there teaching a portion of it. August 21st to 25th, we're hosting, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office hosting IPTM's Motorcycle Crash Investigation Level 2. It's a free course, so for law enforcement folks on the line, if you have members that went to the first level of that course, they can go to the second one, and it's completely free, funded by FDOT. And then just to get it on everyone's radar, September 29th will be another multi-agency wolf pack. That'll be, I believe that's a Friday night from 7 p.m. to 5 in the morning. So we'll be out in force looking for impaired drivers. That's all I have for enforcement. Anybody else that came on the line? Doesn't look like it.
Hi, Mark. This is Brendan from USF Cutter. I just, in the chat, I posted the reported ELEE stats up to last Thursday at midnight. So we're still getting quite a good, from all the agencies participating in ELEE, quite a good participation.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. All right. Anyone from engineering have anything?
This Peter Xu, the candy man. Oh, the sunglasses man, the purple man. And we are working with City of Dunedin for one of the rectangular rapid flashing beacon crossing side. The city requires us to really look into. Also, Tarpon Spring PD also have a request for one of the alternate US 19 side. They request us to look into the protected left turn knee, because I really appreciate Tarpon Spring PD give us all the crash data, whatever the data they can find. Wow, make our life much easier. So Melissa, I will tell you the side later. Those two sides, make your life easier. That's it for engineering.
Thank you, Peter. Anybody else?
I got some. Last meeting we took 580 and Countryside off of the watch intersection, the troubled intersection. There.
Hey, John, we can't hear you speaking.
How about now?
Better.
Perfect.
Okay, sorry about that. Last meeting we took 580 and Countryside off of the troubled intersection list, and there was at least another accident there, and so I believe we're working with FDOT and the city of Clearwater to get protected eastbound left turns there. So just a heads up on that.
Do you know the specifics of that crash? Were they turning on like a solid green and violated the right of way of either east or westbound traffic on 580?
I don't. Signal
Okay.
4 and CDMS I got that lag there before I see the report.
Yeah.
But usually it's a left turn to get on. It's a left turn from 580 to go northbound.
On Countryside, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Anyone else from engineering have anything?
Mark, the Candyman have one more update to all you. I will not put on sunglasses because I cannot see anything. The license plate reader, there's a governor signed into the law. So later, really all the law enforcement agency, you can use a license plate reader on state highway. But later is the issue. It's not an issue. It's an easy one, because a lot of one will be mounted on the signal pole or sign or whatever. That need to go through permit. So later, when you guys need install those license plate reader, please work with your engineering. For example, yours, Pinellas County will be Gina, Harvey, or Tom. They are easygoing. They will do whatever you guys want. So just a good news.
So is DOT putting up the cameras, or the law is allowing us to actually mount cameras on the state DOT?
Yeah. To allow you guys to mount on DOT, but later still need to go through a permit process, because just in case something, whoever come in, they say, hey, who installed it? Nobody know. I'm talking about on state highway.
Yeah,
That's
we have
something
a
that, yeah.
yeah, we have a body worn administrator that deals with our body worn cameras and our in-car cameras. We use Axon Fleet 3, which they have license plate readers built into it. But he also deals with a system called Flock, which is another LPR system. And I know that was some issues he was having, was being able to attach cameras to certain state-owned, DOT-owned poles. So that'll definitely help him in the future getting those cameras up.
Yeah, also, from experience, really, there's a new law. Everybody should be happy because this is the school will start next Thursday, August 10th. The relate to the school zone speeding camera usage, the governor also approved it. And later DOT is working on detail, whatever detail, but later already has so many vendor outreach to people like me, say, hey, we are the best product. Can you promote us? So I'm not the guy to promote one, but I will use whoever the product come from Melissa. I would say, hey, let's call a meeting with all the local agency because those school zone camera usage will be going through permit also. DOT will not install ourselves. We will count city and county to do it. So just, but later, I am asking vendor to work with us so we can set up a meeting with local agency, whoever interests. Come in coming weeks. So don't worry, we will have a meeting. We will definitely invite those CTST chair or vice chair because you guys can really know the community much better than other people. So that's this update from me. 2 additional updates relate to the new law.
Sounds good. Thank you, Peter. And some of you guys might have already known, but this year has been kind of a unique year for me. I'm getting transferred again. I'll be the new human resources recruiting and employment sergeant. So I think it'll be better for all the extra stuff that I do because the schedule will be a lot easier. So for those that didn't know. All right. Anyone else from engineering? Brenton, you have anything for bike and pedestrian?
Just a couple things. First, we are hosting a on-bike traffic skills class at Cutter on Friday, August 18th, weather permitting. And so we do still have a couple slots available if anyone's interested in participating in that class. There is some online modules that have to be done first. And then we have a day where we do parking lot drills and a road ride. We are getting ready to do some outreach for the beginning of the school year at HCC and USF and other locations. And also George and Christian Zara are gearing up for some high school education in-class presentations.
Perfect, thank you. And just on that note, Pinellas County's Walk Like Mad is tentatively scheduled for October 14th. We're trying to change the venue. It's probably going to be the last walk event in Pinellas. Generally, attendance hasn't been as well as it used to be, so we're probably going to switch up the event to probably something different. So if we can get it moved, we're just trying to get with the new venue that we're looking at. So hopefully it'll be on the same date or possibly the 7th. Hopefully not the 21st. Tampa hosts, well, it's not Tampa, but Tunnels to Towers does their tower climb, and that's going to be on October 21st. So any of those that are interested, it's actually a really good event. Joe, you have anything with education?
Well, everybody knows August 10th, we start the school year. Right now we have like 303 routes with a combined 71 arterial routes. There's going to be more children at these stops because we compressed a lot of these routes. So whatever you guys could do, if patrolling the area, if you want to send me your emails, I'll send you where these stops are pertaining to each different area, like Clearwater, P Park, the sheriff. And I have another issue with 84th Lane, that Boardwalk Bayou. I got to stop on 54th Avenue and 78th Street. Unfortunately, I have a number of parents that are really uptight about sending their children down that walk path from 84th Lane down to 54th. I mean, the only light that's there is on 62nd. You got that crossover bridge, and then you got all that fenced-in area. Now, I know there are coyotes there, and I know there's homeless, but I also got vehicle traffic that does exceed that speed limit. So if I could get one of the sheriffs to help me with that, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm sure Blaine will get on that.
Yeah, I can send you an email and we can work on that for you.
Give you the times. Yeah, I'll give you the times when these kids
Yeah.
are going to be walking, because they're, it's like 5:45 in the morning, and it's going to be pitch black over there.
Okay.
Okay.
No worries. We'll work on it.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
You guys have a great day.
Thanks, Joe. Anyone else from education?
Oh, hey, this is Eric with FDOT. We did have one thing we wanted to shout out. I guess it's more in the bike ped side of things, but just a notice of funding availability. The US DOT just announced I believe it's $3 billion grant opportunity for projects concerning connectivity between neighborhoods and communities. So improving bike infrastructure, transit, pedestrian access, things like that. The deadline to apply is September 7th. So if any of y'all have any projects that you think can relate to that, I'll drop a link in the chat. Make sure to get that in as early as possible. Like I said, I think it's $3 billion. So there's a lot of money out there. We want to make sure some of it gets to Florida and into our district.
Perfect. Thank you, Eric. Brandy, do you have anything for education?
Yeah, just two quick things. I'm happy to report that we did some pretty major renovations to our St. Pete office, and those have finally concluded. Our facility there was quite outdated, so we were able to do that. Thrilled about it. And then secondly, DHS&V has updated the first offender and multiple offender DUI curriculums that we're required to use. So we are now using curriculums with 2017 and 18 data instead of 2011. So we're very excited about that. And they also incorporated some language in the multiple offender curriculum to add some sections on polysubstance use and alternative transportation methods. So happy to be getting some new material to incorporate in our classrooms.
That's the earliest material that they can, or statistics that they can get, because I know sometimes DOT is a little bit behind the ball when it comes to getting statistics into our DUI curriculum. But they just updated the SFST A-RIDE and DRE curriculum, which was set to be updated in 2020, but we all know what happened that year, so it got pushed back. But even some of the statistics in there is at least from 2020. So that's.
Yeah, I was surprised to see the year. I mean, we have no say about it, but it's like, okay, so we have 5-year-old data instead of 12-year-old data. So that's great.
That's the bright side of it, I guess.
I guess it's an improvement, if you could say that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Brandy. Anybody else from education have anything? Anybody else have anything that they want to add for committee reports? Alrighty. We'll move on to problem locations. So I know the first one, school buses, that's going to be an issue here coming up starting the 10th. And we already got some enforcement going on there, so that's going to continue to stay. As far as the light at Tarpon Mall, they're still working on that. So once we get an update from either Officer Gasson or Officer Boone, we'll keep that one up there. East Lake Woodlands and Tarpon, that's the delineators. I have to say I haven't been up there in a while to see if they've been still blasting those things. So, Blaine, have you been up there at all?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, so I live up there, Mark. It's like a daily occurrence. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with the express lane on the veterans. You know, those things were bright orange when they put them up. Now they're got a black tint to them from the tires and the cars just hitting them. So next one is the signal at Starkey Road and Willow. We're waiting for that to get put up. And then the last one is the Tampa Road and Westlake. I'm not aware of any other crashes involving red light running there anymore. So unless anyone has anything to add, we can remove it on this meeting. All right, well, that one can go. Now I don't see Mashid on the line, but is there anyone that can talk about SHIP or the SRTS projects?
Yes, so I know myself and Eric can probably do it. She did send me a note. She said she was unable to attend this meeting. She said that the new HSIP portal is very user-friendly, and it is under almost ready to be revealed. Very user-friendly, allows for attachments through the use of emails. An e-blast is on the way. And then she will start doing presentations at the September meeting. If you have any questions regarding HSIP or Safe Routes to School applications, please let her know. And then Eric, if you have anything else that you want to add.
No, I think you got it. Just, yeah, expect that e-blast to come out this month. And then at the next meeting, we'll probably try to do a quick presentation just to demonstrate the new portal. Give everyone an opportunity to ask any questions.
Sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, I've never seen that portal, so I'm actually kind of interested to see what it looks like. All right. We'll move on to our high crash intersection and fatal map. So looking at the numbers, I don't think it really gone up from last month. So we're at total of 61 crashes with 63 fatalities. I'm knocking on wood because it seems like we're obviously doing a lot better than this time last year where we had 73 crashes and 75 fatals. So it doesn't look like there's any information needed for these crashes that are highlighted in yellow. Honestly, I think, and this is a testament to law enforcement's presence out on US 19 and just other areas in Georgia's group working with the LEL stuff. So does anybody have any questions on this? Okay. Melissa, do we not have the trail counter?
No, the last email from Ariane, she did not have any trail counter data to include.
Okay. All right. So I think that is going to be the end of that. Does anybody have anything else that they want to bring up, talk about? Okay, perfect. Our next meeting, I know at the bottom it says it is in person and it's TBA, but the folks over at Pinellas Park PD, we will be having our in-person meeting there on September 7th. Sergeant Crawford, if you can you just email Melissa the address so that she could put it on the agenda, and then when she sends it out, everyone will at least know where they need to go.
Yeah, it'll be at our new Public Works building, which is 6250 82nd Avenue, but I'll send her an email.
Okay. Is house parking over there?
There's enough. There'll be enough for it. So
perfect. Okay.
Oh, and then Mark, I had one more thing what we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I don't forget again. So some of you guys were asking about a member listing where we can have the contacts and maybe some phone numbers for everybody. We are very close to having this done. By the next meeting, we'll be able to show you where it is. It will be like on the CTST website, there will be a page for you to go in. You'll have a code and be able to see this information, just so we can keep it semi-private. Again, at the next meeting, when we're live in person, I'll show you where it is, and then we can actually do like an e-blast to give you guys the code to where it is. And then we can update this listing like, once every quarter, just to keep it, current and active.
Yeah, and I'll shoot you an email later, Melissa. There were a couple names I saw in there that we can get off of there, because they're not in either of those positions, or they moved on from something else and they haven't been to a meeting in a while. So I'll send you those names later on.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, Mark, George, one
Good, George.
more thing. You just something. So the event next Wednesday, Tony Boone just sent me a map for parking, because their parking is limited at Tarpon Springs PD.
Yes.
So we have offsite parking. We're looking at 50 to 60 police officers in attendance for this event. So there's plenty of parking. I'll be sending a map out to all those respected agencies this afternoon.
Yeah, because I've done Epiphany over there, and they generally have about the same amount of officers. So it's kind of like it's to the east and just to the south. It's across the street. There's a big parking lot. It's like a business building that has, I guess, overflow parking, and they have no problem with law enforcement parking there. So you won't be able to miss it.
Yeah, Tony sent me a color-coded map, so it's certainly well-defined. So I'll send that out here this afternoon to everybody.
Sounds good. All right. Anyone else have anything? All righty. Well, we will see you in person at the next meeting. I thank you guys for attending, and see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Take care, everyone.